Fubara for some months has has kept a mum. People think for him to always keep short means he's stupid. For yesterday, for him to have gone to the INEC office to challenge the authority of the IG, it shows he's courageous. He told the IG, he said, INEC, this facility belongs to Rivers State, not you. That was what he told the IG. He said enough that he will not take that, see, that the IG of police should not be partisan. He called the IG out. He called him out. The IG should not what interfere in politics. The court injunctions that was given was that they should not use voters register to conduct election. The court did not say that election should not hold in Rivers State, but Wike and co are the one fomenting this trouble.
There was a protest in the state.
There was a protest by who? By the Wike pro lawmakers. I am so surprised that Wike has been able in that state to deceive both PDP and then APC. Both PDP and APC were protesting. That is so hilarious. Joint protest. PDP and APC were protesting. And then the rationale behind it is just one individual, one man.
Are you saying that Tinubu has a hand? Tinubu has a hand in this.
No, anything that will suit Tinubu for him to reach power come 2027, he's in support of it. He knows that anything Wike does will be of his own interest.
Okay.
He knows that. So anything Fubara does will not work for him. He knows well. So by attacking the IG, he indirectly is attacking the president. Because the IG reports to the president. Abi, he's only answerable to the president. So we saw yesterday, what we saw was a show of shame. What authority does the IG have to send his boys to go and seal up INEC office? When a court has given injunction that elections should be held in Rivers State tomorrow. Sliding, Nigeria is turning into a one-party system. We are heading into state capture. But one thing I will say that I want to thank the governor for standing his grounds. He stood his grounds. Yesterday. Because one thing I want to say is that my brother, don't blame system like Fubara. If he lost the structure in Rivers State, my brother is gone. So he's doing everything possible to maintain.
PDP is not participating in the election.
PDP doesn't need to participate. When he gets the structure, those men will become the structure. His own structure. Now, don't forget that the tenure of the state chairman of PDP will soon elapse. Now, when there's a state congress, he will make sure that someone loyal to him will come in. My brother, if you don't have people who are loyal to you in politics, my brother, you will lose it. You will lose out woefully. Politics is about loyalty. Now, you've known your enemy. You cannot start putting your own enemy in key positions. That was where PDP in 2023 election got wrong. Wike held grips of that party. Wike was working for the camp of enemy. He was getting information from the PDP and then feeding the enemy. Up to date, Wike as the chairman, Damagu. So Damagu is playing the script Wike gives to him. So at this point, I think the best thing for Rivers people is to come out and support their own. The same man who campaigned against godfatherism and said, see, Wike that I know is a man that does not have good character, good, he does not have integrity. He was, when Amechi was leaving office, sorry, when he left office, he said he will end, he said he will not be a godfather. I will never be, I will, once I'm done, he made interview, once I'm done, only when Fubara calls me for advice, I will go back, I retire, I don't have say in his government, I have hand over, I have hand over. My mother, it is always easier said than done. How many governors in the south were able to to put in a successor in their River State? The governor of Kobo State is candidate one. Governor of Delta State, Okowa, is candidate one. The former governor of Cross River State, Benayade, Otu, is candidate one. Name them. But how many of these same governors are having issues with their godson within just a short frame of time? It is only Wike.
Do you think Fubara can stand the opposition of Wike?
My brother, Fubara is standing strong and is winning. The DJ said, he said he is building a psychiatric hospital in Obia local government. We get home that sooner or later they will need it. So what? So for him to have that courage, audacity to say that, he show Fubara has come out of his shell. That my mother, let me face them. What will happen? Will happen. Fubara has the power. He has the money. For 8 years of Wike administration, my mother, Wike ruled that state like a Nebuchadnezzar. Nobody there speaks counters Wike. You know it now. Wike would summon traditional rulers and say, you, who will give you cap? Because say you won't say if you cut it for school. Talking to a traditional ruler, say you. Because they spoke Igbo, you are a traditional ruler. Speaking to people anyhow. But now, thank God for the likes of Edwin Clark has come out to say that Wike is dancing. Wike is now dancing in shame publicly.
Do you think APC might succeed in Rivers as they did in Edo State?
APC will succeed in Rivers.
As they did in Edo
How?
State.
See, one thing is that people of Rivers State don't like Wike. See, when a man that has plenty enemies to himself will not succeed. That was one of those attributes that killed Obaseki. Don't forget that, Mr. He had conflict with the Oba of Benin. See, you think most of these traditional leaders will not come out and speak, but they know who is the right person. Fubara has not for one day insulted any traditional ruler, but Wike was using them as rags in the state, calling them all sort of names. So by doing, you see that the people of River State are saying that, as the people of River State are saying that Wike is their man. Sorry, that's it. Fubara is their man. Now, Fubara said he should not forget that he was the accountant general of the state. Oh, that all those road, all those commissioning. He was he never. He don't pay shishi for that company. He don't pay shishi. Give the contractors. No leave me there. He never. Yeah. Show me the government credit. You know talk am. Let me talk am. Fubara was saying it yesterday. Sorry, last week or Sunday when he went to Anglican church. Sorry, Methodist church. He said he was the accountant general of the state. That was iye never. Na propaganda. You know what and propaganda. Nothing there. He don't pay money for the contractors. Wike was busy siphoning the money. The government listed the amount of project of Wike, and the government also threw the jam. He said when Wike pick him, he was a civil servant. He said before he joined civil service, he worked in ExxonMobil. Was it ExxonMobil or Shell? I've forgotten one of those oil companies. And then he said he is not. And then he said he did not go to John Mbata, which is the man that brought Wike into politics, to wash car. He said Wike was washing car. The same man who brought Wike into politics. Wike is now an enemy of the man. You are an enemy of Peter Odili. You are an enemy of Amechi. Rather, who are those making friends with you? Senator Magnus Abe, a dead politician. The same Senator Magnus Abe, politics is deep. Eh? What influence does Senator Magnus Abe have in the state? The House of Assembly members now, are they not regretting? Eh? Even if Fubara will only spend one term for 4 years, nothing will come. For 4 years. You don't act as Lord as if you own the state. River State does not belong to Wike. See, one thing you should know is that Wike himself needs to be checked. The man, Wike, Senators Abe, what was his name? Uche Secondus, who brought him into PDP. No, who gave him the national chairman? Wike. Who fought with him? Wike. Before Secondus came, the Alimadu Sharif, who is now in APC, Wike gave him that PDP national team chairman. Who is having issues with him? Wike. Who brought the what? Who brought the immediate yes, immediate past chairman. Yes. Who else from Benue State? I've forgotten his name. Wike. Who had conflict with Wike? So to me, Wike is just blabbing.
Okay.
So he does not have that political structure. And I bet you, I don't see if it were to be before, while he was still the governor, Wike will be giving out money to states. But now let him go and share his own money and see if it will be sanctioned. If it was before, Wike would have called press, AIT, Arise, NTA, CBC, call to government house. If it was before, Wike would have given Bonu people flood when they had the flood disaster 500 million. Let him go and share the money now. I see. if this is to pack up. Thank you for
a lot of the past leaders of that state, ex-governors of that state, have given him overwhelming support. The Ijaw National Congress have also done that. The Ijaw Youth Congress have done that. A lot of people have done that. Hannes Ndigbo is slightly behind him. And so many groups, from River State are solely behind him. So it's expected that he show a lot of strength, and trying to take control overwhelmingly of that River State, irrespective of what we are hearing left and right. Let me look at what Edwin Clark said, was trying to pass a message to the president himself, to call the man who believes that he is the owner of River State to be careful the way and manner he is showing his presence in River State, because it might lead to something that will, in fact, endanger democracy and, of course, endanger Nigeria as unity, considering the fact that the unity of Nigeria is already very, very shaky. The whole thing is just piling up. See what happened in Edo State. And so many things are happening somewhere. Aftermath of the 2023 presidential election. These things are building up. They are building up. It will get to a time. It will definitely explode. And become an embarrassment. And unfortunately, it might lead to Nigeria, collapse finally, and people would take position, based on their interest. But if you look at what the governor was trying to, a message he was trying to pass to the people about the local government election that's going to take place, today, if I'm correct. I hope I am. So he was trying to tell the world that from what the signal he's getting from the IG, they are bent on promoting unprofessional attitude, towards free and fair election as enshrined by the constitution. And most times they alter court judgment, pretending as if they don't know exactly, or they cannot actually interpret court judgment where the court said the use of certain documents like the ballot or whatever is actually prohibited. They now time it to mean something else. That there should be no election, that the police is take charge of the election, that this will happen. Just trying to see how they are going to frustrate the governor that has the people's mandate, that have the River State citizens power to govern them for the next period of, like say, until his tenure elapses, and if you feel that he can run again, better. But as at now, as it stands now, Simi Fubara is the governor of Rivers State. And I don't know what the presidency itself intend to.
People have a hand in this.
Definitely, he will. Like we saw what happening in Edo State. Anybody that is telling you he doesn't have a hand, definitely he knows he has a hand. If he doesn't have a hand, why is he had not called Wike to order? Why is it that Wike even threatened the whole PDP governors? I even told them face to face that he's bigger than them, and nothing was done. And I can see Wike winning court cases against the Damagu or whatever they call him as the PDP national chairman. A lot of struggle. You can see the National Working Committee of PDP trying to hand over the structure, of River State PDP to Wike instead of the governor. You can also look at, and that's why the governors look at it very well and said, okay, my followers, I'm going to handle my own structure my own way, and has gone ahead to make sure that that process is well democratized in River State by going the process of trying to elect local government chairman in River State.
The PDP is not part of that election.
It,
They don't have candidates in that
no,
election.
no, no, yeah, it is a politically, it has a political undertone because the governor himself is, a PDP person, and it might be a very intelligent political move by the governor himself, to stabilize and continue have his own structure so that he can be able to, give dividend of democracy to the people of River State, and possibly, dismantle finally the Wike bogus claimed structure in River State. As I'm talking to you, more groups and more people are beginning to identify with Simi Fubara over his ordeal on the hands of the APC government under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and of course the tyrant that calls himself ACT minister. I do not like Wike at all. No, that's my own view. Right from the days he started damaging the process, of justice in PDP. I distance myself from him. I don't have any respect or reservation against him, but politically, Wike is not going to be a match for Fubara. I don't want to take exception of what happened in Edo State. It was quite an embarrassment, but from what we gather, we discovered that Obaseki himself, was not actually on ground. In fact, a lot of people were disappointed because of lack of sagacity on his own side. Lack of decisiveness. When you competence, integrity, when you show those characteristics, people identify with you. And his leadership has always been that of a question mark, because a lot of people believe that he did not actually, give a better report card, on his stewardship, on his leadership. So, but it's some weaker factor there. It's all the APC big wins, including Ababi, all of them were hidden in Edo State. I hope they are not repeating the same in River State. Let us see how
Local government elections.
of course, that's the basis of the structure that will give anybody a platform to become governor in that state, because when you control the local government structure, definitely you have what it takes to be able to direct your policies. And of course, if you are gunning for re-election, you can also based on that get re-elected.
Can Fubara pull what he made a threat? He said the IGP he doesn't want the security, that they have their own security. Do you think that the federal government will just watch Fubara carry on with his plan?
No, because there's no security in Nigeria. If there's security in Nigeria, they're only seen when there is anything that has to do with how they are going to protect the boss for looting. That's what the Nigerian security is all about. Surround the boss, then the politician will go in and steal the money. But in terms of providing security, there is no security in Nigeria. Look at what is happening everywhere. The Boko Haram are there. There is no security. Anybody that is telling you there is security in Nigeria is just being political about it. If there's security in Nigeria, we would have been able to deal with the issue of Boko Haram for over 20, 30, or 3, 4 decades now. We've not been able to do that. So we're talking about security is zero. You can see how our women are being raped, are being killed. People are dying on daily basis. And you said there's no security in Nigeria, and that is why most foreign investors are taking their flight. Everybody's leaving. Most companies are shutting down. Everybody's on the run. The jabba, everybody. These are insecurities. That has come under APC-led administration. So if they are telling you that they have what it takes to provide their own security for national peace and stability, why? They can go ahead to do it. Of course, they can. If there should be a Amateku anywhere, there should be a private security too in River State, to protect the River State, because Nigerians are losing interest in this thing they call IG, whatever. And that is why we are saying, let this thing be decentralized a bit, let government, the center be decentralized, so that people can, have that atmosphere of free will and democracy, to perform their duties without being influenced, without fear or favor, without being seen as being attacked by the powers that be over a vested interest. That is not.
That the River State is a volatile state.
Yes, it is. Consider the fact. Yes. Consider the fact that one, it's one of the most important states in Nigeria, considering the amount of resources, natural resources that are deposited there, and of course the IGR, Lagos. We have Lagos, Port Harcourt, and okay, you look at their voting strength too. River State is also very important, and what you are seeing that is playing out is not far from the 2027 campaign that is going on ground, and the president himself, having collected Edo State, are still trying to target River State for bulk vote. That's the essence of it, and the sole responsibility to achieve that is already on Wike, to get that actually done. But let me see whether it's going to happen, because the one that happened in Edo State was quite an embarrassment to so many political analysts who never see that Obaseki is just empty from the window, from the door, from everywhere. Yes, Obaseki was empty, politically. It have no roots. It's not rooted in Edo State, and that was the back slap he got from the APC, and he
But
took.
Fubara is different.
We are trying to see the structures. We are trying to see people coming in to protect him and defend him, because he is having the people's mandate. We want to see the John, the Robo, the Shekiri, the elders of that state, of the former governors, senators, former House of Rep members, considering their antecedents, if they are able to play around and provide a solid pillar for Fubara to stand against Wike and of course the presidency. Of course, Fubara will actually do that, because in this kind of game you are not expected to be like Obaseki and stand alone without anybody around you. So the people have shown support. The kings of that land, those places have shown support, and we are seeing the man that calls himself Ediabale, even though a lot of people are not going to take him serious, you understand? But it's expected that Fubara's interest and the people of River State interest should also be protected and allow their mandate to give them the dividend of democracy.
Thank you very much. God bless.